evening. Thanks for joining us on the news at 8. Today, the 29th day of April 2025. First, our major headline. Abia targets 8,500 hectares for 2025 wet season rice farming. Painful exit, late Mrs. Chimeze Uzo Okoro sets burial in Elu, Ohafia. Nigerians will decide 2027 election, not defecting politician. Fadojo. We'll take our commercials and be right back with the details. Stay connected.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium.
Welcome back. Now the details. The lawmaker representing Isukwato Umunochi Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga, has petitioned the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) calling for the investigation and prosecution of the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Honorable Nkiruka Onyejocha, over alleged forgery of official election documents. In his petition to INEC titled "Forgery, Altering and Tendering of Allied Forged Polling Unit Result Sheets Arising Out of the 2023 General Elections in Respect of Isukwato and Umunochi Federal Constituency." Honorable Oga alleged that Onyejocha presented fake results from 63 polling units during the 2023 election tribunal proceedings. The Abia State government has declared its intention to cultivate 8,500 hectares of land for wet rice season farming by 2025 under its In Growers Scheme. This initiative is part of the broader food security strategy for the Alex Oti-led administration. Commissioner for Information Prince OK Kanu made this known during a press briefing following the State Executive Council meeting in Umuahia. He stated that the goal is to position Abia as a leading rice-producing state in the southeast region. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), on Tuesday admitted in court to founding both IPOB and Radio Biafra, the online platform through which he addressed the followers across the world. Abn Tv reports, speaking during proceedings at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu stated that he started a movement for the overall good of the Igbo people. According to him, all his broadcasts were public and available on Facebook, dismissing claims that IPOB operates as a secret organization. Former governor of Delta State and 2023 vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Senator Ifeanyi Okwa has lashed out at former Senate President Bukola Saraki over comments criticizing his recent defection to All Progressive Congress (APC), saying Saraki lacks the moral authority to speak on the matter. Okwa's response comes after Saraki described the wave of defection from the PDP in Delta State led by Governor Sharif Oboveri Okwa and other political stakeholders as a low point in Nigeria's political history. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has ordered Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company to refund whatsoever consumers' investment in buying transformer poles, cables, and other items. The Chief Executive Officer, Executive Vice Chairman of FCCPC, Tunji Bello, gave this directive at the FCCPC Electricity Consumer Forum in Ota, Ogun State. The Indigenous Igbo Women Assembly (IWA) has issued a scorching response to the Chief of Defense Staff (CDS) General Christopher Musa, urging him to redirect military efforts from crushing indigenous people of Biafra IPOB members to confronting the real threats in Southeast armed herdsmen who are terrorizing rural communities, reacting to the CDS recent remark advising against support for IPOB and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, particularly via social media. The women called out what they described as a pattern of government-developed standard and selective justice. A former Labour Party presidential candidate, Faduri Olawadare Joseph, also known as Father Joe, claims that Nigerians, not politicians switching parties, will decide the outcome of the general election in 2027. In a statement, Father Joe expressed concern over the state of the nation, warning that Nigeria cannot continue on its current trajectory, particularly with politicians prioritizing power over the welfare of the people. A general court-martial sitting at the headquarters 82 Division of the Nigerian Army in Enugu has sentenced Private Adamu Muhammad to death by hanging and Private Abubakar Yusuf to a 10-year prison term for separate criminal offences. The sentencing followed a trial in which both soldiers were found guilty of serious crimes, including murder and robbery. According to a statement from Lieutenant Colonel Jonah Unalukolo, Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, the GCM carefully considered the charges before delivering its verdict. Nigeria's telecom regulator and lawmakers have started to review the Nigerian Communication Act 2023 to modernize a historic law that sparked a $75 billion industry. The initiative kicked off at Lagos Colloquium on Tuesday with telecom operators, legal experts, and tech leaders. Targets gaps in a 2 decades ago law that fueled mobile subscription from 300,000 in 2001 to 153 million in 2024. The families of late Elder Okoro of Ndi Imag Company Compound, Ilu-Ohafia, Abia State, and late Mr. Peter Ogwoma of Ishuzo Ebu in Owerri North local government in Imo State have announced the burial arrangement of their beloved wife and in-law, late Mrs. Chiemezie Uzo Okoro, Ne Ogoma, only daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ogwoma. Her death is described as a heavy blow to both families and all who knew her. A virtuous woman of warmth and faith, her life touched many, and her passing is seen as earth's losses and heaven gain. The funeral arrangement will begin on Friday, 2nd May 2025, with a Christian wake-up at 10 Old Court Road, Ilu-Ohafia, starting promptly at 6 p.m. Lead counsel to the detained leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, has described the ongoing trial of his client as lacking substance, expressing optimism that justice will ultimately prevail. Speaking to journalists after Tuesday's court section at the Federal High Court in Abuja, Ejimakor stated that although the federal government had delayed the trial for nearly a decade, it had now intensified efforts in the past several months to push for prosecution. Finally, the government is getting the so-called trial it has always desired. But from what happened in court today, it rings very hollow, he said. He disclosed that the prosecution called his first witness, who testified behind the screen, following a court-approved application to conceal the witness's identity from the public. Only Nnamdi Kanu was permitted to see the witness, while the defense team viewed the testimony from behind the scene. The case has been adjourned to May 2nd, 2025 for continuation of trial. Ejimakor said the defense would use the next section to cross-examine the witness and challenge the claims made during Tuesday's direct examination. He expressed confidence in Kanu's innocence, saying, "We are very hopeful that the end our victory is sure. We shall prevail and show that Nnamdi Kanu committed no offense known to the law." While on sports, Real Madrid defender Antonio Rodriguez is facing a lengthy spell on the sideline after undergoing surgery for a knee injury on Tuesday. The Germany international will miss up to 8 weeks following a tear in the outer meniscus of his left knee. Rodriguez's injury comes just days after his controversial red card during Real Madrid's 3-2 defeat to Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final on Saturday. The centre-back was dismissed for throwing an object at the referee during his heated protest on the sideline. And that sports news brings us to the end of the news at 8 today. Before we go, a recap on our major headlines. Abia targets 8,500 hectares for 2025 wet season rice farming. Painful exit late Mrs. Chiemezie Uzo Okoro set for burial at Ilu-Ohafia. Nigeria would decide 2027 election, not defecting politician, Father Joe. For this and many more, log on to our website at www.abntv.com.ng or follow us on all our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Chidima Egeroka. Do have a pleasant night rest and stay safe.